Good afternoon and welcome back to Coffee with a Kick. I, of course, am Xander, and that is Keegan. We are back here for the predictions for the second half of Matchday 21. We've got some rip-roaring good times ahead of us here this weekend. I'm telling you, Sheffield United, West Ham United, looking forward to it. But before we get into the match itself, you know what? Flynn 21, good old reliable Flynn 21, back at it again, clarifying that his previous comment was that it was the second time that he had watched our video, not the second time that he had watched that particular video. So good looking out there, Flynn 21. Hopefully we see you again. We also got one from Daryl Good Game 2015. He gave me he gave us this smiley face that's like just a slant mouth. I'm not sure what that's in response to. Not sure what that's used for. That's more like, right? I think that's what that is essentially. I don't know. Daryl, good game. Don't know what you're on about, kid. Don't know what you're on about, kid. I'm 30 years old. I can say kid. All right. But how you feeling? You feeling good? I don't know. Let's get
feeling good. I'm ready to get these predictions.
All right. Done with the repartee then. Go ahead and like and subscribe. Leave a comment like Flynn21. And we will go ahead and get to the first match of this weekend action, which is Arsenal hosting Crystal Palace at Emirates Stadium on Saturday at 7:30 a.m. How do you think you've got this? How have you got this one going?
I'm hopeful to see if Arsenal can stop the bleeding because they haven't been playing well as of late. Crystal Palace, though, they've been fighting their way to get some points. So I kind of like a 1-1 draw in this scenario at the Emirates.
Really? Yeah. See, I think they do. I think they do pull themselves up by the bootstraps here, Arsenal. Crystal Palace has been up and down of late. They've had some good results, some that, losing to Chelsea 2-1's not great. Beating Brentford 3-1, that's good. And then you draw Brighton and City. So it's, they could catch you. But I think Arsenal's got it this time. They have their defense has figured something, until they lost recently. But I think their defense figures it out in this one back home at the Emirates Stadium. And they take it 2-0. I think they blanked Crystal Palace there in the early match. Just because they've plummeted like a rock over the month of December, really, because they were in first for a long time. They were doing very well after Tottenham took their tumble, and then they have followed them down the table, and I believe they're in fourth now, fifth. Where are they? They're in fourth, tied with Tottenham on points. That's why I thought they were in fifth. Yeah, tied with Tottenham on points. So they have both gone to the exact same location. I think they start to right the ship here. Now, second up on Saturday, 12:30, Brentford host Nottingham Forest at G-Tech Community Stadium. Brentford. Lost your last 5 there, bud. Not super great. And it's not like... you lost to Sheffield United to kick things off right after losing to Brighton. So then you lose to Aston Villa. Excusable. Losing to Wolves 4-1, I don't know what you're talking about. Crystal Palace 3-1, not a great result. I don't think it gets any better here as far as their defense. Nottingham Forest on a bit of a streak, 2 games straight. It was over Newcastle and Man U, so take it with a grain of salt after losing to Bournemouth. I think this one, Nottingham comes away with a point. I think it's 2-2. And
really?
Yeah, I think Brentford starts to maybe not choke themselves out of staying up this season, because they've been fine for a while, and then they're down in 16th all of a sudden. Both these teams are down there, but Nottingham Forest has righted the ship. I think that Brentford gets it going on this with a 2-2 draw.
I really love how Nuno Espirito Santo has been getting his men to play. They looked like a defeated squad, a ghost of who they were to start the year, and he comes in and they look like they have new life. So I like Nottingham Forest taking a 2-1 victory here.
2-1?
Because Brentford, I don't think they stopped the bleeding yet. But, it's been tough for them recently.
Yeah.
And so I think they're going to have to figure something else out. Nottingham's on a streak. I don't think they want to lose that momentum. So
Want to keep it.
I got to go
rolling for
2-1.
sure. Yeah, I'm hopeful for Brentford, which is always a mistake I've learned, especially in the last five match days. But I'm hopeful for Brentford, and I can't wait for that. Now to my favorite team to pick for. You know who I'm talking about here. West Ham United. They go to Bramall Lane there in Sheffield. Sheffield United. This is on Sunday at 9 a.m. This time, though, I'm feeling confident, which is very dangerous. West Ham have not conceded a goal in their last 4 matches. And they played Arsenal and Wolves. So, and Brighton. So, teams that can score. I think they keep it rolling here. Sheffield United is very bad, which is helpful.
Yeah.
I think they take it. I think they take it 3-0. Kind of get their goals back on after the first, one of the first 0-0 draws of the season last week, back in January, earlier in January when they 0-0'd Brighton.
Yeah. Before I get to my prediction, I'm going to give the trivia question.
Here it is.
Of the episode. Because we're in the January transfer window, I felt it important to give a transfer trivia question. Which player was the result of the British transfer fee record for a player sold to another team?
Okay, so the British transfer record for selling someone, not buying.
Selling. Yep, selling someone to another team.
I've got an idea, but I don't know if it was was it recent? Or no hints?
Ish. Recent. You know him. It's recent-ish.
I know. I would know him. I've got another idea, but again, I don't know if it was the winter window. We won't this time. I'm not going to just stand here and look at the camera and try to think of it. We're just going to keep on rolling. So go ahead with your.
So West Ham.
Sheffield.
All that to say, West Ham. I agree with you. I also had 3-0 victory.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see Sheffield getting past that West Ham defense. West Ham's been playing some inspired defense. Offense depends on the week, obviously. But, yeah, I think a team like Sheffield, you can roll over that team if you put 1 goal in. So I think West Ham gets an early goal. They take it 3-0, easy victory.
Yeah, that Sheffield defense is – Porus would put it nicely at times.
I mean – it's kind of like the American border right now in Texas. Everybody's getting through. Everybody's getting through.
Oh, man.
Let's
not get political here. It's like the southern coast of Italy with boats coming over from North Africa. Oh yeah, let's make it a global immigration thing.
Everybody's getting
everybody.
No one's getting stopped.
All right. Well, that brings us to a match which I don't anticipate being very close either. Bournemouth hosts Liverpool at Vitality Stadium. How do you have this one going there for the good old boys of Klopp out?
Yeah, I think Bournemouth might put up a fight. I think it's 2-1 Liverpool, and I think Liverpool wins it late. I think Bournemouth at home can put up a fight, but I don't see them beating Liverpool. Bournemouth's been playing well, as we've seen over the last 10 matches. They've been playing pretty decent, but I don't think they're playing well enough to beat a team as hot as Liverpool.
Yeah, I actually have this. I think Liverpool keeps rolling here. As much as I hate to say it, and you know I hate to say it, okay? I think they take this one another 3-0. I think it's a clean sweep on Sunday for 3-0. Liverpool, I mean, their defense isn't as stalwart as it has been in the past, but I feel like Liverpool is trying to solidify themselves as like, you guys are chasing us, okay? We're not going to drop points here. We're going to make this obvious who the front runner is this season, which we haven't had thus far. We've had a lot of mix-up at the top of the table. Now City is all the sudden in second for goal difference. No game in hand, though. So they're on flat. They're even with Liverpool right now, 45 and 43. We'll get to that in the next episode. But I think that Liverpool takes this one handily over. I think it's disappointing for Bournemouth, but take it 3-0 over the boys there. They're not the Cherries.
Yeah, Bournemouth is the cherries. You got it.
Yes, they are the cherries. I knew it.
They
I
are
was
the
confident
cherries.
the whole time. Speaking of confidence, let's go on and take a gander down there to the Amex. Brighton Hove Albion host my Wolves at 2:25 on Monday afternoon. Do my Wolves keep rolling? I say yes. I'm taking this one. I think will play out similar to the West Ham match earlier in the season that I very frequently refer to, in that it will be a 3-1 victory for my Wolves. I think they get one early. Brighton get disheveled. A second one goes in for my Wolves, and then they put in a third with a consolation coming later on for Brighton in the match. But they haven't been as great at home as they have in the past, Brighton. And I think the Wolves take advantage of that and keep on rolling here. Let's make it 4 wins in a row.
Yeah, I like Wolves in this one. As we've said in the past, in our previous episodes, whenever I pick the Wolves to win, they have not. But I'm confident this time will be the time I pick them to win. I think it'll be 3-1. I think it's close for a while, but I think eventually Wolves take it in the end. Because I think that they're riding a high. I mean, the past 5 match days, they've been playing really good football.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I think they can do it. I think they can do it.
I'm hopeful. I am hopeful. What I'm also hopeful for is that our picks do better in the second half of this match day, because they were bad for the first half. One of them because it was super bogus. Okay, you know which one I'm talking about. Which one was it? Where'd it go? That Burnley-Luton Town one. I had that right the whole match and should have had it right in the end. But I'll get mad at it the next episode because it was bogus, okay? Upset about it. Anyway, to your trivia question. It was the player, right? Which player set the English transfer window selling fee for winter? I can't remember if this was in the
not just for winter, but just in general.
In general. Okay, then that makes it better for me because I think it's Is it Cristiano? Is it when Cristiano got sold to Saudi Arabia?
It's not.
Ugh.
It is Philippe Coutinho when he was sold to Barcelona.
Boy, okay, so it was back a good ways then.
Yeah, I think that was 20. But you know him. You know him.
Absolutely. Philippe Coutinho. Yes, I know Philippe Coutinho. Was a player on Barcelona.
Yeah, he was a star at Liverpool, came back, played for Aston Villa for a while. You know, let me get the exact fee that it was. Yeah, it was 135 million euros that he was sold for, which is still the record. I think that's around 112 pounds. Yeah, still the record for a sold player. Player. Ronaldo, when he went to Real Madrid, I think was 89-ish pounds because that was back in 2009. Gareth Bale was up there too, but his was only 100.
I guess England usually just buys them expensive. They keep, and then they hoard them until they're no longer as expensive.
Yeah, Philippe Coutinho.
We'll keep that one logged away. Philippe Coutinho. What was it? 133 million?
135 million euros.
135 million euros back in.
Which has been argued as the worst transfer to ever happen.
I mean, yeah, it's not a great one
No.
for sure. But, hopefully this match day that we've got coming up here is better than that Philippe Coutinho transfer fee. That's what we're going to hope for. And until we are back next week with our wrap up for match week 21, why don't you go ahead and grab your coffee, watch some soccer. We'll see you next week. Salah.